The myriad ways that design is expressed in architecture, fashion. Here you can see shoes with heels made of snow globes highlighting New York. Buildings and windows, paintings that inspire us. Here the Statue of Liberty is framed within the confines of several large buildings. AI design gives us robotics. Here, this robotic arm is making hot coffee drinks. In this case, it's making a cappuccino, and you'll see as it moves the cup in different directions and dispenses the hot foaming milk, it actually creates a design in the surface of the liquid. Amazing to see, and it was fascinating enough. I wanted to include it in this video for you. Creative design knows no boundaries. Just watch what happens next. It's pretty remarkable.
Lisa, your cappuccino is ready. Hope you like the coffee I made.
Creative design enlightens us, delights us, and inspires us. My name is Lisa. Welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome. And now we're going into Dollar Tree to get some supplies so that we can do our own creative designing. The first thing we're going to pick up are some of these microfiber cloths. They're large and very, very soft. We're also going to pick up a pair of these ornament booties in the snowflake design with pom-poms. My dollar store still had the pumpkins. I hope yours does too. If not, try to find some other round styrofoam forms. We're going to be making an adorable snowman. The first thing you'll want to do with these carvable foam pumpkins is to remove the stems. That will create a nice opening in the top of each. These cute little booties are going to form the feet and the boots, and this little hat was purchased in a package from Amazon. You can see I'm using the pointed end of a household scissors to just simply remove the stem. It's very easy because these pumpkins are designed to be carvable. Once you remove the stem, you'll want to lay out the microfiber cloth. Being as plush as it is and rather large, you're going to want to trim it down because otherwise there'll be too much fabric to fit around the pumpkin. Once you gauge what amount of fabric you work best with, I ended up, as you can see, taking a little bit more off and just trimming that end again with my scissors. Once I got the right amount of fabric, it was so easy to then just wrap it around the pumpkin. In many of my previous videos, I've wrapped pumpkins for fall designs, but this one is going to have a distinctly wintry look. So we're going to then take the corners of the fabric and then just fold them in, tucking it down tightly into the opening you've created by removing the pumpkin stem. It's easy and fun to work with as you wrap that plush microfiber fabric in and around the pumpkin, creating a transformation from a foam pumpkin to a round snowball. Once you have two of the snowballs made, you're ready to start assembling your snowman. Hot glue works really well for this project, and you can see I'm just using a liberal amount on the top of the bottom snowball, and then we'll just attach the next snowball to it. Once the two snowballs are securely attached, we'll want to add on the cute booties. They form the feet and the boots, and with the snowflake pattern and the little white pom-poms evocative of snowballs, I think they're just the perfect addition. You'll want to cut off the hanging loops from each of the two booties, as well as any tags or attachments. Once you have that done, you'll want to use some hot glue around the upper rim of the boot. With the fur and the interior, it gives you a nice place to put a nice thick rim of hot glue, and then to go ahead and attach each of the two to the bottom of the snowman. By symmetrically gluing them to the base, it will allow the snowman to stand up. However, I think you could add more stability by filling those boots with something that would give it some weight. And no snowman is complete without his top hat. So we're going to take the top hat that I purchased in a package from Amazon last year, and we're going to just put some hot glue around the underside of that brim. I'm sure you can find these kind of hats in a lot of different craft stores. Also, you could easily fashion one of your own. Some black buttons work really well to go down the front of him. I'm also going to use those black buttons for his eyes, and then we'll fashion a carrot nose and create a very happy charcoal-inspired smile using some paint. The next thing we'll use is the little pet scarf. I got these at Dollar Tree. They usually have them in the pet section. They're $1.25, and it's a very soft scarf, and it fits perfectly around the snowman's neck. You can see that with the Velcro closure, it makes it very easy to embellish him and give him a nice warm scarf around the neck. The pretty fringe hangs in just the right way, and I think it just adds the perfect embellishment. For a final flourish, I'm adding a snowflake-inspired button using a drop of hot glue on the scarf. I also embellished the hat with some holly. I had a holly leaf and some little berries. I decided later, though, that I preferred to embellish it with a snowflake, so you can see both options. Now for the arms, I'm using some cinnamon sticks that I purchased in a package at Dollar Tree. Not only are they fragrant, but they really do look like sticks from the yard. By making a hole using the end of the scissors, you can then insert the cinnamon sticks for his twig arms. The next thing I'm doing is taking a piece of the cinnamon stick and I'm going to fashion a carrot nose. Two options for painting are the Tropic Orange or this Posca orange marker, or any other orange paint that you have will work. There's so many ways to design the nose. You could always design the carrot nose using some air dry clay and painting that orange. You could also use some felt or fashion it from a piece of cardboard that you roll into a conal shape. You can use your imagination for whatever you have on hand. I then used some hot glue to attach it once it had dried. Now to design a broad smile, I'm using the end of this foam brush. It makes perfect rounds, evocative of charcoal. I'm dipping it into some jet black paint and making sure there's excess wiped off, and then I'm just carefully placing that against the face to create a happy smile. Be very careful with this step. You may want to use felt or small buttons. I didn't have any small black buttons, so I went ahead and decided to use the paint. It turned out great, but before I used the paint, I did have a mental image of where I wanted that smile to be, because there's no room for error once you put the black paint against the white, soft plush fabric. This reminds me of Frosty the Snowman, and I couldn't resist one final embellishment. As you see, I also added the snowflake to his top hat, and I had a pretty little wooden bird that just looked adorable perched on the twig arm. Dollar Tree and other craft stores have really cute little birds that you could use as well. I happen to have the little wooden one, and I think he was just the perfect, charming accent. To make a lovely grouping and to add some seasonal flair, I have this beautiful ginger jar that I bought at Home Goods. It was very reasonably priced, and I want to add just a little flair to it to tie it in with the grouping with the snowman. So I got some ribbon from Dollar Tree as well as a couple of their glittery snowflakes, and I'm just going to loop around the top of that lid there. I used just a small drop of hot glue on the back of the stem of that lid just so that I could hold the ribbon in place. And then I'm simply looping it around the top, and then I'm going to hot glue on the little snowflakes. I'm just adding a drop of hot glue to the end of the ribbon and attaching the little glittered snowflake. These are from Dollar Tree from last Christmas. These are their scatter that they have for fillers and decorative items. They're really pretty. There's also Christmas red boots and little green glittery trees. I think they're out by now. Adding these little touches, these accents, really do provide a way of transforming an ordinary item into a seasonal one.